Good morning, you're watching GMTV, 3 till 9:25.
Oh, so I was reading about these horrible ladybirds. We'll talk about them in a minute. Lots more to come, including money man Martin Lewis answering questions about credit cards.
Yeah, lots of those coming in. Yesterday we heard about Kirsty's hatred of bad manners. Today, it's Penny's turn to air her grievances, find out what gets her hot under the collar. There's one or two things, not least ladybirds in 15 minutes.
And we're talking to the woman who started selling makeup door to door after losing her job, and she now earns £250,000 a year.
And Carla's been talking to Donnie Marie Osmond about their first album in 30 years and their serious dance moves.
Had some interesting times because, we both try things on stage. That's part of show business. But sometimes she tries things and I just, please.
But now he's dramatic.
Now, here to sing his new single, which is out on Monday, I'm All Over It, Jamie Cullum.
Yeah. Hello, innocence. Though it seems like we've been friends for years, and I'm finishing. How I wish I had never begun, though it should be the last one. And it's dragging me down to my knees, where I'm begging you, please let me go. Don't you know, come on. I'm all over it now, and I can't say how glad I am about that. I'm all over it now, 'cause I worked and I cursed and I cried, and I said I would change, but I lied. Where there's something still moves me inside, yeah. She's a melody that I tried to forget, but I can't. It still follows me. Oh, when I wake in the dead of the night, and I know that I can't fight that song going round in my head, like the last thing she said. Please don't go. You think I know I'm all over it now, and I can't say how glad I am about that. I'm all over it now, 'cause I worked and I cursed and I cried, and I said I would change, but I lied. Where there's something still moves me inside. Oh, I won't come back. No, I won't come back. No, I won't come back. No, I won't come back. One dark morning, she left without a warning and took the red eye back to London town. I'm all over it now. I'm all over it now. I'm all over it now. I can't say how glad I am about that. I'm all over it now, 'cause I worked and I cursed and I cried, and I said I would change, but I lied. Where there's something still moves me inside, yeah.
Yay! I'm all over it now.
Awesome. Jamie, thank you so much, guys. Thank you very much for coming in as well. Isn't that brilliant?
Superb. I'll
Great
perch you
tune.
up. And don't forget, you can catch up with Jamie in an exclusive interview on the website after the show. Log on to gm.tv.
And of course,
Tickets are going on sale, so if you want to see a great gig, go and see Jamie. Look, it is coming up to 9:15.
Some kind of animal.
Leave his hamster alone. It's coming up to 9:15. New proposals requiring credit card companies to help customers reduce their debt will be announced by the government today. The new guidelines will clamp down on credit card companies, raising people's credit limit without asking and increasing interest rates on existing debts. Martin is here. We called for some questions earlier. As you can imagine, Martin, we've been inundated, as you know.
Yep.
Let's start straight away with Henrietta in Newbury. Martin, is there any way I can get my bank to lower my interest rate? I'm paying 21.9%. Although I always pay more than the minimum, the monthly interest just takes me straight back to where I started.
That's a hideous interest rate, but no, there's virtually no chance they'll lower it if you ask. What they may do is give you a loan at a lower interest rate, which is a structured product. At that type of interest, I would suggest considering taking it. But if you've got a good credit score, of course, you could do a balance transfer and shift the debt elsewhere. Virgin is currently offering 0% for 16 months with a 2.98% fee. Abbey and HSBC have 15 months 0%. Barclaycard 6.3%, and that's a long-term debt shifting. So shift your debt elsewhere if you can. If not, talk to the bank. They'll probably give you a loan at a cheaper rate, but not a credit card.
OK, this one, Martin, I have about £30,000 of debt, credit cards, finance, heavily overdrawn. My salary can't cover these and my mortgage. Should I consider an IVA?
No, not just because you've seen an advert. Most IVA providers can make £2 to £5 grand each time they sell you one, which is why there are so many adverts. If you're
IVA is
individual voluntary agreement, it's like a cut-down form of bankruptcy. Basically, if you're in crisis, which it sounds like you are, you must always go first to see one of the non-profit debt counselling agencies, Citizens Advice Bureau, Consumer Credit Counselling Service, National Debt Line. Talk it through with them. It may be an IVA is the right solution for you, but they will tell you whether it is, not because it makes them money, but just because it's right for you.
OK, go and see Citizens
go and
Advice.
see one of them. Yeah.
Tina in Sussex, should I transfer my high-interest loan to a low-interest credit card and fix that rate to clear the debt quicker? Also, how do I transfer the debt to a credit card?
If you can get a low-interest credit card, a balance transfer credit card, yes. How do you do it? Well, it's quite difficult to do normally. There are two credit cards, Virgin and MBNA, which I believe still will allow you to move money from your bank account onto the credit card, which you could then pay off the loan with. Paying off a loan isn't always that simple. You can do what you're suggesting, but it's complicated and it's for people who are good with their finances.
Okay.
If you look up on the web, you'll find articles explaining exactly
If
how to
Tina's
do
organised, it might work.
Yeah, you can do it, and it can work, but it's not easy.
Claire in Dorset, my credit card company tried to put my rate up. I took your advice and told them to cancel the card so I could pay off the current rate. Then they agreed to keep it at the current rate, and they also kept it open. They then told me to call back in 6 months and they may be able to lower the rate. What does this all mean, Martin Lewis?
What it means is they tried a fast one on you. You called their bluff. They didn't want to lose you as a customer, so they kept your rate where it was and you're doing very well by it, which is why any time you get one of those letters saying we're upping your rate, you call up and say, well, forget it. I don't want the card. I'll pay you off right now, which you have a right to keep the rate at where it is right now. I'll pay you off right now. And you may just find, just like that person did, that they say, oh, well, actually, forget about it. It's fine. Don't worry. We want you as a customer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just a really, really quick one. Michelle in Leeds this morning you said you have the right to reject interest increases. Can you do anything if they've already applied the increase and you didn't know you could reject it?
If they didn't send you a letter or weren't clear about it, then I would go back and say, I didn't know you could do this, I want to reject it. And if they don't allow you, go to the Financial Ombudsman, say they didn't treat you fairly. On the GMTV website, there's an article about rate jacking, which is what this is all about, how to beat rate jacking. You can always reject.
Michelle in Leeds, go to the website, hopefully you'll get your advice.
Yeah.
We've torn through those, Martin, thank you very much.
There's loads more, and I put details on the GMTV website, as always. Sort your credit cards out. If you don't sort it, they will take your money. That's how it works.
Thanks, mate.
Now, 8:46, still to come before 9:25, meeting the woman who earns £250,000 a year by selling makeup on the doorstep.
And we're finding out what really winds Penny here up. Here's a clue.
Hello! I'm in the studio! Yeah, GMTV! Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, it's that sort of thing that really, really annoys me. Now, who's in this? Who's directing if he's over here?
Hello? Yeah. Oh, she's banging on about something or other. She's so boring.
It's time.
Hamsters.
Time.
something.
No.
Oh, it's the
Time for
lawyer.
the
He says get this one right.
Yes.
Sorry, can I just get the piece? Sorry.
No, it's not people interrupting, it's people on their mobiles, Martin, and we have to get on. The time is now virtually Tuesday. Actually, what time is it? It is Tuesday. Competition time now, and it's not only £25,000 to the winner this week. We've the bonus of 5 runners-up prizes to be won.
Jamie Rickers has all the information you need.
Now, straight face. It's a weekday. This is a serious competition. This week,
Oi!
courtesy of Smith's Toy Superstores, you can win £25,000 in cash, and 5 runners-up will each win £1,000 to spend in any of their stores or online. For your chance to win, just answer this question correctly. I can see you. Which of the following animals was Black Beauty? A, horse, B, goat, or C, cow? To enter, call 090 49 59 6000. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher and for mobiles considerably more. Or you can enter by text. Just text your answer A, B or C to 64499. Text costs £1 plus one standard network rate message. Free entry at gm.tv for at least 3 working days. All entrants must be 18 or over and lines close at midday this Friday. Entries made after closing time won't be counted but may still be charged. You'll find competition terms and conditions plus winners at gm.tv/terms. And good luck.
Time for more grumpy morning television. Kirsty told us yesterday how bad manners were her pet hate.
Yeah, today it's Penny's turn to reveal what drives her mad. Wonder whether you'll agree.
Of course you will. You finish work for the day and all you want to do is go home for a little bit of peace and quiet. And then there's noise. Other people's noise. It's everywhere. It's become a huge problem. You can't get anywhere without somebody annoying you with their electronic devices. And then there are mobile phones. Officially, there are more of them in Britain than people. 76.8 million. 10 years ago, only 28% of us had them. It's also the inappropriate use of the things. It's one of the most irritating things about life in Britain at the moment. A YouGov survey said so. Could you just please hurry up? Laptops used to be the preserve of high-powered business types, but even those are being turned into travelling cinemas. What we really need for modern life's little irritations is a mute button. Sadly, a petition to keep the skies mobile-free failed miserably. And in February this year, the first airline in Britain launched its mobile phone service. The rest of them are bound to follow suit. The sky is no longer the limit. How sad is that? Can you imagine, on a phone? Sorry, did you want to say something?
No, I'm not.
On a phone, and there are people just answering phones randomly.
It drives you mad, doesn't it?
It's just inappropriate. I love my mobile, but I do think that people, they shout on them, they think that they're actually in their own little cocoon. I was sitting next to somebody in a restaurant recently, and somebody on the next table was actually shouting, having a row. I don't know.
Sorry, I haven't turned this off. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah? No, can I call you back?
And that's the other
Bang it.
thing.
Yeah. OK, bang.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll speak to you later, Mum.
She wants to know why I told everyone she wants to be a stripper. It's a whole different story.
It was Jamie Cullum saying he's bought a hamster.
No, but I know exactly what you mean with the phones going off. And I get really frustrated with my dad because his mobile phone ring is really loud. But my dad's hearing is going. So suddenly I'm a bit more sympathetic with some people who
It's not about the ringing, it's about the conversations, and it's about the intimacy of conversations that people have standing in a street. I really don't want to know the intimate details of their life.
Do you not?
No, if I
like
like the look of them, maybe, but not no. And also, it's not just mobile phones. It's actually other people's noise. It's the leaking of the iPod. It's the people actually using their computers to watch films on without using their headphones.
Have you ever asked anybody to turn their music down on a tube or something?
All the time.
And how do they react?
Some of them are OK, and some of them aren't.
See, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? Because I think I've had in-ear headphones, and I've no idea whether people can hear the sound or not. It doesn't spill as much, I think.
Well,
that's what
you can, but you can usually tell if people can hear because they do that to you, like that. At least
that's what you do every morning to me. That's not unusual.
Shall we move on? If you are concerned about your own anger issues, why not take our online anger test? Log on to the website gm.tv. Although I'm not that angry.
No,
just annoyed.
That just winds you up, doesn't
Yes,
it? Little
exactly.
things, little things.
Yeah. Now, it's meant to be a season of wind, rain and fog, but this year so far, autumn has been surprisingly kind, giving us spectacular fall colours.
Yeah, the temperatures are set to soar into the 70s for the rest of this week. It's perfect for half-term. Lucy Watson has been enjoying these gorgeous surroundings.
I've loved kicking the leaves and wandering through the woods during autumn since I was a little girl. It's that wonderful smell of autumn, those bright, bright colours and that lovely rustle.
And this year it's particularly spectacular thanks to our weather. A warm, wet spring, a summer that's not been too hot or too dry, and an autumn with plenty of sunny days and cool nights means the colours are picture perfect. But why at this time of year do leaves make those different colours?
There are different pigments in the leaf all year round, but normally they're masked by the green chlorophyll in the leaf. But at this time of year, as the green chlorophyll disperses, those reds and the golds really just shine through the leaf, and that's why you see them.
Whatever the science, autumn is here and lovely to look at.
Well, she can't bear to leave Derbyshire. She's still there. Lucy, good morning.
I am indeed. Good morning, Penny. Well, Mother Nature is giving us a bit of a typical autumnal day today. It's a bit damp and a bit miserable, but it's not stopping us enjoying the beautiful colours here at Chatsworth House. Those beautiful rich reds and oranges and yellows. Even the Duke himself has been for a roam around the lawns this morning. Now, with me is Steve Porter, who's the assistant head gardener here. Now, Steve, we know that we've got these spectacular colours this autumn because of our poor summer on our slightly wetter spring. Now, you also say it's got a lot to do with what happens in September too.
I believe so. I certainly believe we've had this long, mild and still autumn, which has meant all the colours stayed on the trees, and now the weather's changing, it's all changing at once and the colours really coming good.
They're starting to fall a little bit today, aren't they? Now, we know that you get thousands and thousands of visitors here to Chatsworth House. Do you get more in autumn? Do people like to come just for the colours?
Yeah, lots of people certainly come for the autumn in the garden and in the park as well. The colours are amazing. Also, we have pumpkin trails and we have lots going on during half term, so people like to come and have a general walk around and have a look at everything.
Your favourite season?
I definitely like the fact that we're sort of harvesting the last of the produce from the kitchen garden and also tidying everything up, cutting the borders down and getting everything ready for the winter, and then wait for the spring when everything starts to come through again.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for chatting to us, Steve. Well, with temperatures expected to get very, very warm towards the end of this week, we could see these golden leaves all around us for some weeks to come yet.
Oh, we can all go leaf peeping. Thank you, Lucy.
Good stuff, and not a phone in sight, which will please you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Talking of weather, Kirsty standing by. It's looking good.
It is not too bad, but actually if you have your mobile phone, you could take a picture of the leaves. So they do have other uses.
Yes.
As long as you do it quietly, no shutter sounds. Anyhow, the weather today, yes, it's getting much milder, but there is some rain around, especially in this area in red you can see across western Scotland. That's where we've got some heavy rain this morning. Elsewhere it's more light and nuisance value, and it is drying up slowly in the south. Miserable start with that mist and low cloud and damp drizzly weather, but look at this, into the afternoon we'll see some sunshine working its way up from France, so a much better afternoon as the sun starts breaking through the cloud and temperatures rise up to around, say, 18, maybe even 19 degrees, so definitely around 6 or 7 degrees above the average. Looking further north, it's still mild, 14s and 15s, but for Scotland and for Northern Ireland, it stays cloudy and there is more rain to come, and the wind's just that little bit stronger here. Now, the outlook, as the rain spreads its way southeastwards overnight tonight, it should mean for some of us an all right start tomorrow morning, but not for southern counties. Here, I think still a grey and damp start to the morning, just like this morning, another grey and damp one. But to the north of that, much of the country should be dry with some sunny spells, the exception being some showers coming to the far northwest and the Northern Isles of Scotland. So overall, tomorrow is a fairly promising day. Temperatures peaking out again around 19 degrees. We keep the mild theme on Thursday, but we start to see more rain starting to creep in from the west. So cloud and rain fringing western shores, and the wind just to start a little bit, although eastern areas holding on to the sunshine. So eastern England, for example, Thursday and Friday, we're looking at temperatures around, say, 19, maybe 20 degrees. It could, in fact, be record-breaking for the time of year, but look out west and we have still got the rain threatening our shores and the wind strengthening too. Now, the rain that comes in on Friday sweeps across us, clears away through Saturday. So Saturday may be a little bit miserable to start, but hopefully improving later on. However, at the moment, a heads up for Sunday. It could be a wet and a windy one, and those winds could well blow some of those leaves off the trees. So go leaf peeping while you can. Over to you two.
Yeah. 9 o'clock, let's get a quick news update. Here's Helen. Good morning. New proposals to be announced today will force credit card companies to help customers reduce their debt. The government guidelines will stop credit card companies raising people's credit limit without asking and increasing interest rates on existing debts. Credit card companies say the rules will disadvantage more people than they'll help. But earlier, the Consumer Minister told GMTV card customers needed more protection.
We've done quite a lot with credit card companies to try and change things, but there are problems that consumers have, and it's time to, I think, to rebalance it so that consumers are a bit more in the driving seat. That's what they want. We need responsible and fair borrowing and lending.
One of Britain's most wanted men has been arrested in the Indian state of Goa after the accidental death of a man he was travelling with. AJ Kaushal was sentenced in his absence in 2005 for his part in the kidnapping and torturing of a shop manager in Burnley in Lancashire.